This clip is sponsored by Wash and Go, and that can only mean one thing. That's right, I'm surrounded by a sea of green. By now you should know that Wash and Go is the best way to look after your luscious locks. I mean, look at what it's done for mine. Fantastic. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at some of the 600 plus unreal reviews on their Amazon page. Linda from the United Kingdom says, well, it smells lush and leaves hair smelling fresh. Fantastic, Linda. Kindle customer JSB says, product arrived as advertised. Always very important. Always important to know that, Kindle customer JSB. And finally, my personal favourite, it's shampoo and it works for me. Absolutely fantastic there from Casey. It is indeed shampoo and also a conditioner. If you want to get your Wash and Go today, then hit the link in the description and get your bottle sent to you today. And remember, it's a shampoo and it works for me. It's official, Erik ten Hag has been interviewed by Manchester United this week and he's very much excited them, so much so that Manchester United, I believe, will appoint Erik ten Hag unless there's a huge big shock. But we spoke about it last night. We spoke about a lot of tier 2, well, to be fair, I would describe them as tier 2 sort of sources around Ten Hag and Manchester United. I said we need these tap-in merchants. We need these people that are very close to these sort of situations to come out and talk about it. And we did. We've had Simon Stone, James Ducker and Fabrizio Romano all coming out talking about Erik ten Hag. And the general confirmation this morning is that Erik ten Hag has been interviewed by Manchester United. And speaking to somebody about half an hour ago, what I was told is that Manchester United were ridiculously impressed. They loved his interview and they really do like Erik ten Hag. So look, he can only do what he can do. I said at the start of the week, I said it on Monday morning, United will go into this week knowing who they want, and I think they will come out of this week knowing who they're going to get. And as of right here, right now, there's not anything more Erik can do. He's been interviewed, he's really impressed the club, the fans want him. There's no reason to do anything else, but there is more to that. But I think as we wake up this morning, a big step forward has been taken, and I was thinking about it just before I went live, because you sometimes have to think about what you want to say so you don't give people false hope. But I really don't see how this doesn't happen now. He is the fans' choice, and he's done his interview and the club are ridiculously impressed with him. And on top of that, Ajax have a very good relationship with Manchester United. We've actually had official talks. Like, Ajax have said, fine, that's okay. Ten Hag wants the deal. Manchester United have had a chat with him. It's so easy, this deal could be announced on Friday. Whether it would be done officially, I don't know, but there could be an agreement, a pre-agreement that he comes in the summer, but there is more strands to it. There are more strands to it. I mean, Simon Stone, who's BBC, is saying that United are basically at pains to say that there is no favourite at the moment and the process is still going on, but they are eager to get an appointment done. The reality is that. And there's a lot of other... I mean, God, there's a ridiculous story coming out this morning about United wanting an ex-player to be the assistant coach. I mean, they even mentioned Rio Ferdinand's name, Robin Van Persie's name. I mean, what we're going to do, give it to Darren Fletcher. I've got an idea. How about when you appoint a manager to do a major overhaul, the biggest overhaul we've had in 30 years, how's about you let them bring their assistant coach that they're familiar with and have worked successfully with for a few years, rather than giving them a complete stranger as a PR stunt? I mean, I don't believe the story. But how ridiculous that would be. Hello, Erik. Here's your first day. And here's Rio. He's great on social media. I mean, just look, even if Rio Ferdinand or Robin Van Persie or Paul Scholes were the greatest assistant coaches ever, they've got sod all CV and they've never worked with Erik ten Hag. It would just be bloody ridiculous to do that. Let him bring his coaches in. Did Pep Guardiola go to Man City and have Sean Goater as his assistant coach? Did Jurgen Klopp go to Liverpool and end up with, I don't know, Ian Rush there? Hello. How you doing? How you doing, Jurgen? Come on, let's go and score some goals. I'm great at it. I'm a Liverpool legend. Like, just don't do that. I tell you what, it's a really novel idea. It's out of the box. It's a bit out there. How's about appoint a manager and let them bring their coaching team with them so that they feel secure and safe in a new environment and can implement their ideas quicker, rather than having to teach a load of players how to play their way and the assistant coach. Ridiculous. Have we not learned from the failure of Fletcher next to Ranić as well? It has to be a load of bollocks, but it's worth mentioning because it has been mentioned in the press this morning. So look, let's go through a summary of it. The Sky Sports, BBC, Romano, they're all saying advanced talks with Erik ten Hag, and they are advanced talks. They are advanced talks because if you're having an official conversation with a manager who is the manager of another club, they are advanced talks. That's not have a little chat with his agent. This is an interview. This is a proper advanced stage talk with Erik ten Hag. So advanced talks, very impressive interview. As I say, I spoke to somebody half an hour ago and said, look, that line of impressed doesn't do the interview the credit it deserves. The club were really impressed. They loved what Erik ten Hag had to say. He spoke about budgets. He spoke about the future plans. He spoke about his vision for Manchester United. I mean, this will impress Manchester United anyway because they don't really have a great level of experience and knowledge and success over the last 9 years. So he's definitely impressed the club, and he's in a very, very strong position where I can't see anybody taking that job off him. But the club have basically put it out there through people like Sky and Simon Stone at the BBC to say that there's no formal deadline. That's what Sky is saying. There's a number of candidates and there's no favourite at the moment in relation to who's going to get the job. So that's basically where we are at the moment. And I suppose picking the pips out of that, what do you feel about the situation, I suppose, is the relevant point. And where I am at with this is that we've had probably 5 or 6 days of Ten Hag being in the press the preferred option. He's now been officially interviewed, and he's really impressed the club. He's right at the top of the pile. He's what the fans want. There are mumblings in the fan base about unrest, and we spoke about that last night. And I think it was either the BBC or the Sky was saying that Man United are eager to get a manager in place as soon as possible, even though there's no formal deadline, which is a contradiction in itself. There's no formal deadline, but we want a manager as soon as possible. Well, hello, everybody wants Ten Hag. You've interviewed him. You're really impressed with him. Ajax are ready to do a deal with you. Just do the deal. Like, no one's going to criticise. Man United can't lose on this. They cannot lose, and I think this is really important. And I see clips going out there all the time, and I don't always agree with what people clip up, but this is really important. You can't lose appointing Erik ten Hag as your manager. You can lose appointing Pochettino because there's a lot of people who don't want him. You could lose appointing a Brendan Rodgers. You could lose appointing that Lopetegui because people don't really want him either. But you can't lose appointing Erik ten Hag as your manager. You can't. If you appoint him, there's not going to be any complaints from the vast majority of football and, most importantly, United fans. There won't be. There'll be excited expectation of, oh, this is exciting and let's see how it works. But you can't lose appointing Erik ten Hag. So if the club want a positive boost and not just a shirt seller, because you can buy a shirt seller. United could go and buy Messi in the summer. It would be massive news. It would sell a lot of shirts, but deep down we all know it's not the right signing. Erik ten Hag is a positive news story that actually has got depth to it. It's not just a shirt seller signing. It's actually, wow, I wouldn't expect United to do that. It's not. He would be the best managerial appointment since Sir Alex Ferguson left, because it's one that actually has depth and layers to it. This is a modern thinking manager that a lot of top clubs would want if they were looking for a manager who's got a proven track record in a style of football that's really exciting and is at the forefront of modern football at the moment, and is a manager that could really take us into the modern football world. It's got depth to it. You can't lose doing that. Doesn't mean, and I think this is really important as well, there is risk attached to every manager. I'm not saying Ten Hag's going to be a success. I think any fan who stands up and says we're back is a fool. There is no success guaranteed, especially when you've got the board of the last 9 years. It makes it virtually impossible. But it is the right managerial appointment. Can Ten Hag persuade the board to sign De Ligt, says Anshaman. And Mark, United can't seriously be considering letting Ferdinand or Van Persie be the coaching staff. No, they can't go anywhere near that, Ivan. I think it'd be absolutely stupid. Whoever you bring in with the coaches that they want. Man United can't say that they've agreed everything with Ten Hag until they find an agreement with Ajax. He's still a manager under contract, says Mario. Exactly. And new CEO Mitchell coming in, Ranić consultant, Hag is manager. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.